Oh, friends, where's Mr. Silvertooth gone? Mr. Silvertooth has made this post. Take a warm welcome to you over there, baby dolls. Have a seat for this one. Keep your back straight. Mr. Silvertooth has said it was a long, rough, 7+ year fight. It's time to move on from crypto. Crypto 1, Silvertooth 0. Wishing you all a great bull run. Peace. No, Mr. Silvertooth, no! No! You will always live on in our hearts. I made so many Mr. Silvertooth videos. I turned Mr. Silvertooth into a meme. I think it was very wary. He has a good heart. He empowers people with knowledge. If you see him and his living conditions, you'll see that he was very humble and he still came to tell everybody to be a hodler and a long-term believer. He really did have a good heart. So here he was, even on his trading debacle. There was just the different parts of his story. I made his full story, friends. Mr. Silvertooth, his roof is leaking. His situation became dire. A lot of people, they get his story wrong. We all know it, but there's just people on Twitter. A lot of people. Someone on Twitter said, Mr. Silvertooth bought $100,000 of Hex at the top. No, he didn't, you idiot. He bought in 2019. He bought before you knew what Hex was. It's just that he kept DCA buying. Ugh. Look, friends, I'm just going to tell you this, okay? I know most people aren't going to make it, but let me just tell you what happened, okay? Mr. Silvertooth, all right, he finally hit the mild retirement point. I think he had like $750,000 or $1 million-ish around here. Now, you see this and then you think, well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You should have sold the top like everybody else. Let me tell you something. He stopped trading. He didn't do anything. He said, okay, well, this thing on a log chart, by the way. So this is where, okay, so he's watching this. He's been doing this, okay? This is it. This is his chart. This is right here, right here. See this chart? That's it. You don't know what comes next. That's it. So around this point, it just hits a point where the income per month is enough for him to live off. Okay? And it's easy for you to say, oh, yes, you should have exited. Yes, you should have exited. But he was living off the Hex yield. Friends, you forget, interest rates was 0% up here. Literally 0%. There's nowhere else to park your money. Okay? So he was just living off the Hex yield. And then, unfortunately, it just crashed into oblivion after that. He was trying to live off the Hex yield every month, and it went down and down and down. But like, this is going to happen to other coins. Don't think it's not going to happen. Everybody who laughs, right? You got one finger pointing at other people. There's 3 pointing back at you. I promise you that. There are people going to regret opening their mouths when it comes to these, okay? Because there are people who are going to get obliterated beyond imagination because they think that their other altcoin is going to moon. They ain't going to get poop. They're going to be smelly caca, all right? And looking back on the past positive memories, I inspired Mr. Silvertooth to dye his hair Pumpamental Green. I know there were some Black Swan events unforeseen that came in the Pulse Chain, Hex, and Richard Hart ecosystem after he dyed his hair green, but I believe the only reason we're not at 0 is precisely because it's green. He was the bottom signal we needed, but we need you here, brother. We need you here. The bull spirit never dies. And as soon as I heard this terrible news, by the way, I hope this is some sort of sick joke, but I yelled out into the sky, friends. This is the only scene that can translate what I'm feeling right now.
What do you mean you lost him? He might have fallen into one of these machines. Oh my God, that's his lucky red hat. He's a box. My boy's a box. Damn you, a box.
They took Mr. Silvertooth away from us. How could they? I don't like hearing that people say it's time to move on from crypto. Like, Habib, okay. Move on from 7%. Like, move on to where? Like, yeah, the stock market's gone up only. It's going to enter distribution, friends. This thing can't go up forever. Or can it, right? If they keep going up forever, crypto has to go up forever. The other alternatives out there suck. They suck. A big fat one. Don't listen to Gary Guzzler, the semen demon, who says, oh, just put $5 of coffee into the S&P 500. You have $25,000 by the time you retire. It's all a load of baloney. You're not even going to match the inflation rate. I've already told you this. Go back and listen to my videos that you like, subscribe, press the bell button. I appreciate every single one of you, friends. Go back to the frickin' World War II times. Where were you here? When the German dude was trying to take over the world, they freaking let inflation run to 14 to 19%. They printed the living hell out of the currency. They issued war bonds, and then everybody got obliterated for that 10-year period in purchasing power because nobody knew what the hell the government was doing. They are running that same playbook again. Now, I better not say too much, friends, because I don't want to end up in a body bag. I at least want to see, before I die, at least want to see Bitcoin hit like that round number of $100,000. That's just something, friends. So I'm just to tell you right now, I did not harm myself. I didn't end up in an island, and I am completely mentally okay. Mr. Bright Black. Mr. Bright Black. The bottom must be close. Just need another 12 to 18 months to really kill the spirits. Mr. Bright Black, come on, another 12. Bro. Look, it's funny. You always hear this, and I just want you to know something. So, as weak as you think crypto is, the US economy is really weak. All right, it's really weak, friends. I've shown you. There's a repo here. There's a scam going on. Okay, it's a scam. So if we just remove Bitcoin, so I can share it to you. The scam is that the US, okay, the banks, the treasuries, they're all one freaking scam industry. All right, they're all doing the same thing together. So the orange line is the reverse repo. They raise the inventory, printing money. They sell securities on the market, which they buy anyway and just do a washing trade between themselves. Don't worry about that. Look at the orange part. When the orange part went down, they pumped up stocks. Surprise, surprise. Isn't that right, friends? Because they want to get down inflation the right way. They want to do it by getting everybody to just gently spend less. They don't want to cause a big crack, because if they cause a big crack, me and you are literally coming out with pitchforks. Friends, we'll literally go out with pitchforks, and we'll literally go pitchforking, because we know they lowered rates, caused that inflation, and then they took all the money from everybody, and now they raise rates and then cause everybody to get destroyed. Like, heads will roll. Heads will roll. They know to do this. So what do? They pumped up the stock market. Of course, everything's manipulated and scammed, but that's good. That's good. We want it to be. Because as long as they keep up stocks, they are pumping up crypto. The wealth effect, it spills on. It just takes time because we have cycles. If you don't believe in this, what are you even doing here? Lord Jamie also mentioning, I really hoped Mr. Silvertooth to make it in the next crypto bull market. Damn. You know, it's friends. There's a lot of things to think about. Mr. Ryan Drums, pretty sure it's because his plan after he sold his Richard Heart ecosystem coins for the cash, he was going to wait for $11,000 Bitcoin. But then we pumped and he went long after all of that. And now we're back down and he thinks that he messed up again and he bought a local high instead of waiting out for FOMO. Do you see, friends? Do you see why? Do you see why? I mean, we're looking at these atrocious candles. I always tell you to put it on a monthly candle. Always the monthly candles. Friend, I know days, weeks, I understand, man. But monthly candles, man, that's where the juice is at. Those sweet, sweet monthly candles. You're like, oh, all my pain in those little candles. You know, if you put on these little 4-hour, 1-hour, lows are breaking, there's no bottom anywhere, it's too wicky, it's too wackety, you never get any real grip on the situation. Sharing more insights together. Mr. DB Cooper saying, I do wish Mr. Silvertooth well, but the space is full of bloated egos and bipolar manic depressives. I stay in my lane, I'm going to make it. Mr. DB Cooper, that's exactly how the world is run. This is politicians. This is every industry where there is an enormous amount of competition. Why? The people who make it to this top, you can't be normal. Look, can I just let me just share with you, appreciate something with you. How on earth are you going to buy more Bitcoin when it just did this? Tell me. Tell me what sane, rational person who's never seen anything in the history of mankind where, I'm not kidding, every single people's currency to ever exist in the thousands and thousands of years we have of historical records from the Sumerians and everybody before them, every single people's currency has always failed, especially the ones without a government putting the guns to everybody's head. How were you to go and put more money and just stay in here and be considered rational and normal and sane? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hello. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. You see this? It makes no sense. We shouldn't even be alive. It's just the probability of me and you even being here. It's so infinitely small. I can't believe we're even here, friends. Right? It's almost like we're destiny. Okay? You can't be. You're not normal in this space. No one. Big egos, big pride, all of these. But it's a product of what's required to get to the top. Where's Charlie Lee? Where's Litecoin? They disappear. You need a bit of this X factor, this spice, this character, this strength. Your brain is always wrestling like, hey, is my heart in the right place or my brain? Are people trying to get me? You know what I mean? You're battling around these tribes. This is humans, friends. We always got these emotions doing these cycles around. It is what it is. And I think let's all just gather around. I want to end with Mr. Stevie Black. Stevie Black says, quitter. I lost $300,000 and I'm still here struggling. I say, that's exactly what we need, friends. That's exactly what we need. We accept reality for what it is. All right, we're not living in the La La Land, but we're still here. That's all we're really waiting for. People are saying, hey, crazy person with the peanut brain, why are you still here? And you say, you know what? You know these red candles? I think one day they're going to be green. And that's as far as I'm going to go to explain myself to you because I don't know you anything. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, press the bell button. All friends, don't forget to appreciate the peanut brains. Love our friends and family. Tell mum and dad we do love and appreciate it. Mrs. Silvertooth, we do hope you are still lurking in the background. I'm praying for you, brother. We all are. See you in the bull market.